I can't be nice about these bathroom trends. Might be a little savage, but the people need to know. Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we're talking all about some of the best and worst bathroom trends of 2022. Now, if you have not seen the video that started it all about how to decorate your bathroom and trends that need to go, I will link it in the description box for you. That video was amazing and had some of my most iconic rants in it, so be sure you check it out. And while you're at it, be sure you are subscribed to the channel and you have the bell notification turned on to get notified every time I upload. And let's get into the video. Now, the first big bathroom trend I'm seeing for 2022 is actually the built-in bathtub. And we're seeing this in a number of ways. You have the more kind of European style where the bathtub has paneling along the front. I think this is gorgeous. I wouldn't say this is a trend though. It's been classic and timeless forever, and I'm seeing it on a ton of influencers that I follow that are based out of Europe, and I absolutely love it, and I would love to see the Americans pick up with this a little bit more because it's fabulous and phenomenal. However, the built-in tub I'm talking about is a little bit more of that garden style tub. I'm not seeing this go into new builds as much, but we're seeing a lot of renovations of older homes. I'm seeing a lot of people who bought homes with these bathrooms that are renovating these tubs, and instead of completely ripping them out and putting in the freestanding tubs, they're just resurfacing them, and they're doing beautiful stone, slab marble, or maybe it's faux marble or whatever it is on these tub surrounds. I think this is gorgeous. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's a great way to take advantage of what you already have. It can be something that will really elevate your space without you having to spend a fortune on this. However, what I will say, and I want you to be mindful of, is that sometimes it's difficult when you're stepping into a tub, or if you have steps, or if there's a very large ledge between the edge of the tub and the edge of the paneling or built-in, whatever. You want to be careful of that because it is a slipping hazard, especially if you are going for these oversized tiles or slab cut stone. Can be dangerous, so be on the lookout, or make sure you are using a stone that maybe is a honed. That way it has a little bit of texture that you will not slip as easily on. The next big trend I am seeing for 2022, and we have been continuing with, but it's getting even bigger and even better, are actually slabs of marble. Slab cut marble is really luxurious, super expensive, and beautiful in a bathroom. I'm seeing this lined with walls. It was just on a magazine cover and my dog chewed it up. I'll put a picture in because it was super aesthetic. But I really like this and I think it's beautiful. However, be mindful of flooring choices because slab cut stones are slick, they're one solid surface, they don't have those grout lines to create traction, and it can be a safety hazard. Be mindful of it, be on the lookout of it, but it is super, super luxurious, which actually brings me to today's video sponsor, Lilysilk. I discovered Lilysilk about 5 years ago because of their down alternative hypoallergenic duvet insert. It's actually made using silk batting, which is really interesting, cool, and amazing, and it's something that has really changed my life. They reached out to me and they said, Garrett, sweetie, we love you, you love us, let's work together, and of course, I had to jump on the opportunity. They sent me a range of products, and I am so happy to be sleeping in the most luxurious sheets in the world, and I've really been loving these silk pillowcases. They are so amazing and incredible, and they are just one of the best skincare products you could ever buy because of the properties of silk. Mulberry silk is really incredible because it's hypoallergenic, it's thermal insulating, the fibers are ultra soft and smooth, meaning that you're getting anti-aging benefits and properties, and silk is actually moisture wicking. What all of that means is that you get an incredible night's sleep on the most luxurious bedding in the world, but you're also getting a ton of benefits and properties that will benefit your health. And that's something I absolutely love, when you can benefit yourself by doing nothing. Silk is actually a natural fiber that's hypoallergenic. You're not gonna get sneezy, sniffling, you're not gonna have reactions to it, and me being an allergy-prone person, that's something really important. I also really love how silk is ultra soft and smooth, meaning you have less tension on the skin, on your hair, there's less damage and breakage. It's one of those skincare items that you're not gonna have to do anything about, anything for. It's not a cream, it's not some crazy thing you have to keep replacing because silk is very durable. It's also well known that silk is thermal insulating. You can use this all year round. I have a full set of silk bedding because it's super comfortable, really amazing for both the winter and the summer. Also, silk is moisture wicking, which means moisture can travel through it. It's not gonna absorb moisture from your skin, meaning that you're not being dried out. This is really, really amazing for their silk pillowcases because there's no point in putting on all sorts of expensive creams just to have it all absorbed by your pillowcase. I think it goes without saying that I am absolutely obsessed with silk products and silk bedding, and Lily Silk is changing the game. Be sure to head over to their site, not only check out their bedding, but check out their entire range of clothing, their pajama options, because silk is amazing in every aspect of your life. Be sure to treat yourself because silk is the gift that keeps on giving. And while you're at it, use my personalized discount code for 15% off your purchase, and check out the links in the description box down below. Now let's get back to the video. The next big trend for 2022 that I am seeing that I have feelings about and we're gonna talk about is the basin sink. I'm seeing this happen in a number of ways, but overall, the majority of them are out of a single piece of stone, and it might have like a rough or natural edge to it. It might be a completely polished piece of stone that's cylindrical or whatever, and these can be good and bad. I like some of these for a guest or powder bathroom, not a bathroom that is going to be used heavily because it's kind of like the vessel sink. They're difficult to clean, they don't always look great, and the vessel sink, it was a whole thing in itself, and so many of you have asked me about it, and I haven't addressed it because it like visibly like shakes me. Although what I will say is that if you like the vessel sink, put it in because I'm gonna make a ton of money ripping them out, so it's fine for me either way. But the basin sink can be nice when it's this kind of live edge stone in a secondary bathroom. I like that. I think it's pretty because it's not something that's gonna have heavy usage. It's kind of a cleaning issue, and that's fine. But what I'm seeing is these basin sinks that are extremely deep, and they'll kind of be on a very low countertop. The basin sink will be like 12, 18 inches tall. And I'm not really understanding the vibe of this because when I look at this, it's kind of like, where are we putting the soap? Apparently, and what I have come to realize because of these bathroom trends and because of everything that's happening, people are not washing their hands. Don't know what that's about. Can't personally relate to that struggle, and if that's your journey, just don't shake people's hands because it's disgusting, but that's not the point. Where are you putting your things? It's the question of the bathrooms. Bathrooms have to be utilized. We take advantage of them. And this does not seem like something that is feasible or something that really makes a ton of sense. It's just not super usable. There are some trends where, you kind of have the sink that sits on top of the countertop and then dips in, and you can kind of get this look or effect with that. I think that's fine and great, and it's a little bit more useful. But when you have something like this with a sink that's very deep and a countertop that's very low, the countertop is now no longer usable because now the countertop is like 2 feet off the ground. Like, it's not usable in terms of a countertop. I think that this would be cool in a public restroom. You kind of go into a bathroom and it's like one big countertop with a bunch of sinks in it, and it's usually like wet or etched. It looks disgusting. This would be cool because you don't have a countertop to get soaking wet. I like that idea. I think it would be really elegant or chic to walk into a restroom and it's like, ooh, this line of really interesting sinks. Gorgeous. Or in a powder bathroom, for example, if you wanted to have one large column of stone, one piece cut with a sink into it, that's great. It's fabulous. I would be impressed by it. Not in a primary bathroom though, because the usability is just not there. This is an issue of form over function and not acceptable in a bathroom. The next big bathroom trend for 2022 that I am seeing that is giving me a little bit of a concern is the step up. I'm seeing this with a lot of showers, with the bathtubs built into showers. I went in and talked about that and I'm not gonna repeat myself, but the step up for me is very dated. It feels like it's already out. I really am hoping we don't see this in bathrooms because it's just not functional. We're at a point now where we have the technology and we have the ability to have zero threshold showers. Why are we stepping up to get into a bathtub? Not really understanding that. The reality is this is not going to work well for aging in place. It's not going to work well for people that maybe are not quick on their feet. And also with the whole slab design we have happening right now, large scale tiles are very in. This is something that can be dangerous. I guarantee you if there is a step in a bathroom, I will trip, I will fall, I will hit my head, and we won't have these videos anymore. No more steps in bathrooms. Let's just keep it safe, keep it clean, and keep it classy. The next big trend for bathrooms in 2022 is actually people eliminating the vanity. So the makeup vanity was kind of a big thing. It was like, oh, we're gonna have the makeup vanity so she can sit and be luxurious and beautiful and get ready. And people are starting to realize that it's maybe not the most functional use of space. We're seeing a lot of people remove these in favor of more counter height space. That way they have places to put things, or they can have drawers underneath as opposed to somewhere to sit. This can be a little bit of an obstacle if you use this and you need the extra counter space. What do you do? I actually previously mentioned in a Dated Home Trends That I Love video that I really love secretaries, and a lot of people are bringing these furniture pieces into their bathrooms. That's a great alternative to having a built-in vanity, because you can take advantage of having more countertop space where you need it, and you can get a secretary and take advantage of having less floor space where you don't need it. This is a piece that's really interesting and cool, something I'd like to see even more of in 2022. However, if you are the person that says, Garrett, I need a makeup vanity, I can't just go without, consider having one built in another area of the bathroom, in a space where you just have some empty flooring or whatever that is for you, and you can have this built in. You can have your makeup vanity, your storage, your drawers, but you're also getting that flat, very modern, current, and up-to-date countertop that we are seeing in a lot of newer homes. Maybe you're saying, Garrett, I absolutely love a makeup vanity, and unfortunately my bathroom maybe isn't the biggest and I don't have room for it in there. Hey, getting one of these desks, these secretary desks, secretaires, and putting it into another area, maybe just outside the bathroom, maybe in your bedroom, maybe you have a big walk-in closet. That's always a luxurious place for a vanity. If you need to have a vanity, you should have one, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in the bathroom. The next big trend for 2022 is actually furniture used in bathrooms. I'm seeing this a lot through seating. We're seeing chairs, sofas, ottomans, settees, chaise lounges, all sorts of furniture. And we're also seeing it with some case pieces like bookcases, armoires. We're even seeing, the secretaries that I previously mentioned. These are all really great ideas for an easy way for you to incorporate a different style, a different take on a space. It's also a great way for you to add something that will provide functionality or storage for you that fits your personal life, without having to renovate or completely redo a bathroom in a way that maybe someone else down the road won't appreciate. This is something really interesting and unique. However, you all have asked me, Garrett, what is the maintenance like on having a piece of upholstered furniture in a bathroom? The reality is it's going to depend on where you live. Somewhere with a higher humidity is going to have an issue, but somewhere that doesn't, hey, it's fine. Add as many pieces of upholstered furniture as you want. I definitely think furniture in a bathroom is a trend that is not going anywhere. It's something I love and appreciate. I think is really beautiful and something worth considering. The next big bathroom trend for 2022 is actually something really interesting, but is area specific, and that's the indoor-outdoor bathroom. I'm seeing a lot of this where people are kind of having windows, doors, openings, and showers. An outdoor shower moment is beautiful and incredible, but this is going to work somewhere that's a little bit more tropical, a little bit more temperature specific. Nobody wants to be having an indoor-outdoor shower somewhere it snows. Keep in mind, if you are in an area where this is very trendy or this is something you can have, it's something interesting and useful, but not everybody wants to shower outside. There's obviously a privacy issue to consider, and this may not be for everyone, so you definitely want to make sure you have an indoor shower option in addition to that outdoor shower option with plenty of privacy. The last trend I'm going to share with you for 2022 is one that I like, but I want you to be careful about, and that is actually the nostalgic color. People are starting to really appreciate those pink and green and blue bathrooms from the 50s that we all love, that we're having people save, and this is really coming about because people are starting to appreciate older homes that maybe have these. And they're taking these ideas and incorporating them into newer spaces. Like I always tell you when it comes to a bathroom or installed features in your home, I would definitely recommend you opt for something a little bit more neutral. Now, I know I'm gonna get the comments from the people saying, but Garrett, shouldn't I do what I want with my space? Sure, of course you should, but keep in mind down the road, someone may not appreciate a pink countertop or a trend from 2022 in a few years' time. I want you to be mindful of that and make wise decisions when it comes to decorating your space so you don't have to be redoing them. You can always invest in a really fun, nostalgic color through a can of paint, and maybe you get some matching accessories. Nothing wrong with a pink towel. Taking advantage of this trend can be fun and can be easy. It can also be done very affordably without having to make overly permanent changes to a space. I really like this because I love color and I love to see vibrancy and personality in a home, and it's definitely something worth considering. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And I want to hear from my subscribers. Which of these trends do you like? Could you see yourself taking advantage of? Or are you taking advantage of? Be sure to share with me and give this video a like. And while you're at it, I know you know someone that's redoing their bathroom and you are trying to save them from some of these terrible trends because people just make questionable choices and I can't handle it. Share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.